Well, Chit, hey neighbors, welcome to the Shed Shop. In this edition of How To, I have on my bench the STIHL MS390 I just disassembled, and we got that video uploading right now, so by the time you watch this, it'll be on the channel. That is the disassembly of this saw. I will put the info card right there for you if you want to watch that. And I am going to show you how to reassemble this saw. Basically, real quick, this saw was the Nightmare MS290. I am trying to dig up the link to that video, and so if I have it, that will be an info card for you right here. Oh, excuse me. And at the end of this video, eventually will be an end card with a video link to the Will It Be Redeemed This Time, and that will include me just giving you a recap of the story of this saw from the beginning, who bought it, on etc, etc, and if it is redeemed, we will go ahead and let it idle through an entire tank. And then the final video on this saw will be us cutting with this saw. And if you recollect, we went ahead and installed the Iron Horse inspired muffler, the pipe, okay. And I have some reservations about this being too much for an MS390. I could see this being on a 75 cc saw, but this 64 cc saw, I don't know. I have some fears that if this saw blows up again, I'm gonna think it's the pipe. Basically, we had a hyway top end on this saw, brand new MS390 top end. This was initially a 290 that was traded in for some other saws by neighbor Eric and Ace the Awesome Arborist. Name is Aaron Battle here on the channel. He's a subscriber and a local neighbor, and my greatest customer. Oh, Fatty Buntings has been let outside by Dion. Shall we let her in, neighbors? You want to come in, Fatty Buntings? Was that you? There you are, Fatty Buntings. What are you doing outside? You're supposed to be in the house because it's raining. Now, do you guys see the Fatty Buntings? There she is, neighbors. You know how it is here. Here's my Fatty Buntings. And so basically, that 290, when I disassembled it, found that even though it was a running cutting saw, it had a straight score mark right down the cylinder, and so that top end was bad. A guy that owned that saw and just wanted to keep cutting with it until it blew up technically could. In fact, I might find somebody that wants to have that top end for free. But we put a hyway 390 top end on this, and at the same time we were installing a hyway MS391 top end on another saw, and they both blew up and scored in the same type of way, transfer in the same type of way. And so I removed just a teeny tiny smidgen of transfer from the hyway top end after the saw stopped running the first time, and put a meteor piston in it with caber rings. And again, if I find the video, the next info card for you will be when this saw actually blows up. I'm cutting with it, I'm enjoying it. I'm like, Chit, Derek's gonna love this saw with this new muffler, straight piped. And the saw just stopped, and in that video I inform you guys, yeah, the way that died, I knew something was catastrophically wrong, and I in fact was correct. The saw blew up again. And so hyway was kind enough to replace the top end for us, since both of them were blown up in the same way, and the other one was a completely stock saw. And the only thing we had done to this was change out the muffler. They don't have a base gasket. It's just Permatex or Yama Bond or Honda Bond, RTV black high temp, you know, gasket maker. And thank you to Jesse once again, Jesse Basinger at bluesaws.com. If you need chainsaw parts and I don't have them for you, go on over and check out what Jesse's got. And I always tell you guys when I mention him, he is the kind of guy that if you think a price is too high on his website or somebody else has it cheaper, you tell him, and if he can lower the price, he always does. He always has for me. He gives me really good deals when I purchase from him in bulk, and he even gave me direct contact information to hyway to help me get those replacements done as quickly as possible, as he did not have any in stock. So shout out to Jesse at bluesaws.com for the exceptional customer service and trusting me enough that I wasn't just gonna go from behind his back and start buying Meteor direct from start buying hyway direct from the manufacturer and selling it causing us to be in competition. But instead, I will continue. When I buy Hyway products, I'm buying them from Jesse if he's got them, always, without a doubt. I've even bought some Meteor stuff off of him because I didn't have any and I couldn't get any ordered, and his prices on Meteor are a little bit higher than mine, but he has more overhead than me, and so he has to charge a little bit more. However, he's a great guy. I bought all kinds of parts from him, and so you guys go check out bluesaws.com and go over his website and see if he has anything that you might need. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn you down to the bench, and we're going to get right to work on reassembling this chainsaw. Okay, so as you can see, I've got my Hyway top end here, and I've got some brand new, even though the other ones are barely used. I don't like reusing crankshaft seals. I very rarely use, if I have to rebuild a saw that I just rebuilt, it's very rare I will reuse the crankshaft seals. I buy these in such bulk that I can afford from time to time to have to replace them and waste a set, and so that's what I did. We've got our piston, our cylinder. This kit does come with, the Hyway kit does come with the engine pan. See, there's my old seals, and while they're still brand new, all that Permatex would take forever to peel off. And yes, you could reuse them, but I just don't like risking the sealing. But I did not replace the pan because I'd prefer to use the OEM one, and these are, you have to remove a bar stud to get them out, and so I don't desire to do that because I like keeping the OEM pan with this. And so we'll just go ahead and open our wrist pin up here. Okay, and first thing we're going to check is we want to make sure this is going in nice and easy to our piston. Sometimes it does, sometimes you have to take a little bit off, and then what we can do is use either press oil or two-stroke oil or grease to assist us a little bit. On this job, I have been trying this white lithium grease. I did a little bit of research, and I know several saw guys that use this over the red lithium, and so it's been working out so far. So you can just a tiny bit of grease on this if you'd like. Okay, and then we've got our needle cage bearing here, and what we want to do is go ahead and grease or oil this. Really, it's preferably oil on this application, but sometimes I will use grease. It's just enough to make sure it gets lubrication, a good start to life. And so this grease is going to burn off, and then the oil will replace it. It is awfully windy outside, I suppose, is what's causing the door to move, or is there a ghost trying to come in? So then we've got that. And so we also need to go ahead and fill the cavity of the crankshaft seals with some grease. Okay, you don't need to overdo it, but you fill the cavity with grease, okay, on the back side, and then just put a little bit on the lip, okay, and then just kind of spread that around with your finger, okay. And that, again, this gives this a good application start to life on the crankshaft there. Okay, so that it doesn't have high friction and overheat when you first start your saw. Okay, so we'll do that one. Probably should get a little bit more grease in this one. All this does eventually, over the years, come out, but it will. You can take this saw apart in a year, and a lot of times, if you use the right grease, it will still have grease in it. I don't overdo it. These are pretty big crankshaft seals. The small ones, I do fill all the way, but these ones I usually only fill halfway, and because, as I said, you can sometimes have this just all come out right away. I'm not quite sure the philosophy of filling the cavity, but this is what STIHL's service manual says to do, and so it is what I do. Okay, just kind of need a little bit more in there, right there, to fill that empty spot. Okay. The red looks a lot prettier. It's not as messy looking. You can't tell the messiness. Alright, and then we've got our clips here. And these you just need, I keep doing that. I've already had them out of the bag. You just need needle nose pliers to put those in. Okay, and I have elected to go ahead and use Hyway's clips because if there is a problem, I've installed them right, and I know Hyway and Jesse will take care of me if that causes a problem. But hopefully it doesn't, because they just replaced our 390 and 391 top end, and unfortunately they sent us a 391 top end, but then they sent us a Husqvarna 390 top end, and so they were kind enough to let me keep that one in addition to sending the proper unit. because of all the time that was lost, and Derek has been waiting to get his saw back for a long time. So this will also be on the playlist. It will be on the playlist how to. I will probably put it on Dr. Diagnostics, even though it's not quite exactly a diagnostics, but then it will also be on Warranties Honored, and it will be on Nightmare 441 and others playlist, because this was the MS290 Nightmare, and then it became an MS390 Nightmare because it blew up once. Put a new piston in it, and it blew up while I was cutting with it with the new Iron Horse muffler. I am struggling to get my ring into the second cavity here. I don't want to break it. I have had rings snap on me a lot more recently because I used to be overly gentle with them, which is good, I guess. But I started getting a little rougher, and then I did start breaking rings. I broke an OEM ring on our MS200T, which was obviously an extremely low hour saw, and I was pissed because that ring gap was like factory brand new still. So I had to put cable rings in it, and now I have to break those in. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is we need to make it easy. This is your chainsaw all facing this way, and your arrow must face your exhaust port. We also need to install, we are not doing a decom valve, we are doing a plug on this saw. I don't really think a decom valve helps. I'm GIMP, and I can assure you, if the decom valve helped, I would be putting it in at least for the break-in period of me starting the saw, but it does not. And decom valves are air leak nightmares, and they destroy chainsaws, because if you're not regularly testing to find out if they're leaking, you're not going to know. You're just going to keep adjusting your carburetor, and then your saw is going to blow up. Okay, so I am using anti-seize lubricant. Thank you, Ted Notzel, for recommending this several months back, because I've had spark plugs leak air as well, and so I would use things like Loctite, and I hate Loctiting spark plugs. And so Ted Notzel told me about this trick, and it's been working great. So thank you, subscriber, neighbor, and channel supporter Ted Notzel. Ted Notzel is not an official member, but because he does such an exceptional amount for this channel, I send him members only videos before they are posted for the members to view, because again, there are just a couple of people that either cannot afford a membership or choose not to use their information online, and so because they are great supporters of the channel in so many different ways, and supporters of my life and my uncle and everything else, they get the benefits, some of the benefits that the actual paying members do. They just don't get cool icons and cool emojis, unfortunately. But then I'll put my crankshaft seal on. I was very careful not to hit my flywheel notch out there. Okay, then we'll put our clutch side one on, and this one I'm sometimes have to use a little sleeve, sometimes not, a little installation sleeve. I will go ahead and start it on one side, and then I'm pushing down, because what we don't want is we don't want the spring that's inside that to pop out, because then we'll have an air leak. Okay, and I'm just gonna go ahead and turn those a little bit on the crankshaft, just to kind of get them, you know, mated together a little bit. Okay, and then our chainsaw is sitting this way, so that's our clutch side, so our piston's going to go installed that way. Okay, so the easiest way, in my opinion, I had to order new regular needle nose, because for like 3 weeks my needle nose, both of my regular needle nose pliers are missing, and those are the easiest for me on this application. But we'll go ahead and put this in one side. Okay, yep, there it goes. See, that's why I need a regular needle nose. It hit my foot, so hopefully I can easily find it. I really should have just paused you, neighbors, but I thought it was going to be right here. Well, it is not, and we might be having to now elect to use our OEM clips. I do oftentimes use OEMs instead of these aftermarkets, but I haven't had any issues with these hyway clips yet. So I also do have a little bit of a stockpile of new stuff here, extras when I haven't used them. Let's see if we have any for our, yes we do, it looks like right here maybe, or no, these actually look like a 12mm used stockpile. Let's see, oh there we are, we do have a new one. Okay, I do believe that's the hyway. No, that's not hyway, that is a cheaper one. So I will be using OEM, because that clip could take me forever to find. I don't love it, using used OEMs, but it is going to be our option at this point. And I put the other OEM out of this saw right here. Okay, just make sure they're in good, acceptable condition. And so in that case, you can use needle nose, but I'm going to go ahead and use my specialty tool from STIHL that you have to have connections to get, because unless you're a certified STIHL mechanic or a authorized STIHL dealer, you're not technically supposed to be able to get this tool. And it makes installing the clips very easy. We want our opening down and away from our groove there, so I will set that on there. And usually I can get these in one shot, but not always. If I get it lined up just right here. Okay, it's a lot easier on an OEM than it is the aftermarkets, because they're just shaped a little bit different. That one went in way too far. Oh no, it did not. Okay, just making sure that's set in there properly. It is. And so now we will go ahead and start our wrist pin install here. We did use a little bit of grease to assist it. Okay, we have greased up our bearing, grease or oil. Typically you want to use a high-speed gear oil, but I don't have any right now, and so you can use your two-stroke oil as well, but I'll just use a tiny bit of grease. It really is just to give it that initial lubrication when you first start the saw. And then line that up and go ahead and push your wrist pin through. Okay, we can use this as a drift to push it all the way against that pin on the other side. Just center it, hopefully. And weak neighbors in my right arm. There we are. And then we'll go ahead and get our next clip here and install it in our collar here. Push it in, hopefully. There we are. Okay, and then go ahead and wipe that excess grease off, and then we will go ahead and install this one. This one is a little bit harder than the other side usually, because I can't lay it as flat and easy to work with, but then we'll just go ahead and line that up as best we can and hopefully get it in one shot. Uh-oh, no, it didn't quite go in. We failed that one. Check. We failed on that one. Okay, just dropping and losing everything. I have no idea where that went, but we're gonna stay. Chip Bunting's, help please, help, forward stance. Oh, good Buntings, good girl, thank you baby. Okay, I'll go workings now, thank you. Go lay down. The fatty Buntings had to help me up. I got stuck on the floor there, neighbors. Sometimes that happens. I'm hurting real bad. See, people don't see my life because I don't usually show that part of it. Me having to use my dog quite frequently to get up and to retrieve items and stuff and whatnot. Okay, so we'll try this again. I do always struggle with this second side, especially because it looks like my wrist pin was not in all the way, and now we have a major issue because my wrist pin just slid right through my clip. Okay, that's not good. Not good at all. Yep, I have seen this with Hyway before. It seems like their wrist pins sometimes are undersized. They're not long enough. Doesn't make sense to me, but it is showing that on this. Damn, you guys. Okay. Okay, I don't want to get frustrated, and if I start losing my piece, I will stop, and we'll have to try this video again tomorrow or later. So we're gonna have to get that clip out. And I'm just gonna have to find the one I dropped. I don't like it, and I don't like it. I mean, their wrist pins just always seem like they're a millimeter shorter than they should be. Okay, so we will try this again with our needle nose here. Yeah, it's so hard to get these in for me because I shake and stuff. I really don't have the right tool right now for this. I need my regular needle nose that have teeth to grab. Yeah, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. Damn it. Damn, come on baby, come on. They're just sliding on my pliers. And now I just can't get the pliers out. Come on. There we are. And they say to put the opening toward the bottom, and then I like to go ahead and just kind of take me a flat head, make sure it's clean, and I'll just kind of help it to push this open, pry the openings apart, okay, so that it puts it kind of tighter in there. Now I'm going to pause you guys, and I'm going to use my magnet stick and see if I can't get lucky and find that clip. There we are. Shall we clean all this filth off of this thing and install it? Damn, 20 minutes already. Installations take a hell of a lot longer than teardowns. Okay, I have went ahead and got my piston installed here simply because it takes me time. And I have the ring compressing tool from STIHL, but a lot of times it's easier for the screwdriver. So what you end up doing is you get your piston in this cavity, and then you just use your screwdriver very gently against your rings inside these ports here to work your two rings in. And I did go ahead and just very lightly coat the cylinder and piston with some 2-stroke oil. You don't want to use too much because if it comes out here onto your gasket maker, you are liable to have a micro channel that the oil creates and causes you an air leak. And so I do find it easier to put my piston in before I do my gasket maker on this. And then with gasket maker, you guys have seen me do that a lot of times, and so for sake of time I'm going to pause you, but you just put a very thin coat both on this surface and this surface, and you want to ensure that you get it into the crankshaft seal cavity here as well, a thin layer, so that the crankshaft seals are assisted in sealing up also. So I'm going to pause you and do that. Okay, so now that we've got our Honda Bond all over everything, again, I elected to leave the engine pan in and reuse the OEM. Boy, why is my seal not sitting down right? That's not good. I see a major gap in my seals and my crankshaft setting. That does concern me, so let's get it together and see what's happening. I have a big gap there, but let's see if it seats down. These are hard, not soft crankshaft seals, so we'll see what happens. And you kind of just got to shimmy this in there, you guys, and get your crankshaft turned the right way. That went very smoothly for us. Sometimes I struggle a little bit further than that. And then we're going to go ahead and tip our saw over and put our 4 crankshaft bolts on, and we're going to kind of tighten them like a tire. Okay, so go ahead and get all 4 in there started. Okay, fascinating. The saw disassembly went so well, and now the reassembly is not going as well. Okay, got that started there. We're gonna get a T27. I am using an impact. I don't recommend you do so. I'm GIMP, and sometimes I'll have to do things like this in order to complete my job. Don't love it, but it is what it is. That's just to get them started, and since we are tapping new threads, I am going to now go ahead and turn by hand to ensure we don't break a bolt and strip out. And so I'll pause you while I do that. Okay, I know you guys got really restless during that 1 hour pause, but we are back now. I'm just very tired. I had to go do my inversion table, and honestly, I don't usually tell you guys, but I had to go lay down for a while because I hurt real bad, and so I just laid in my bed while you guys were on life support, charging back up. Okay, so when I reassemble these saws, I'll try to do the stuff that's going against the... Damn, this crankshaft seal went sideways. The other one did that too, and I fixed it, but this one is now sideways. Let's see if we can tap it back in. If not, we'll have to loosen everything. Yeah, that is just crooked as hell. I don't like it. I'm having some difficulties with this saw. The crankshaft seals do not want to seem to seat correctly in our engine pan. That one definitely did go crooked. You know, I hate to loosen these because I'm risking losing my seal. It's been sitting for an hour. So we'll just loosen that up and then try again to tap that back in. If Thought I had a socket that fit these a lot better, but I guess not. The 3/4 probably fits better. Where is that at? Let's see. No. I don't see it. Do you guys see the 3/4 socket? Or is this is our 3/4, damn it. Okay, let's try this again. Yep, she is just staying crooked. Damn. This might be a botched video, unfortunately. We might have to make it a 2-part because I might have to redo this whole thing, which kind of sucks. I'm trying not to have to go backwards. I hate when I work really hard and I'm meticulous and I have to redo things to no fault of my own. Sometimes I can do it this way with a scrunch and get more of a direct. Okay, it just doesn't seem straight, but I'm looking at it, it looks much better, and so we will end up having to vacuum pressure test this saw before we try and run it to check for air leaks. And so I will show you the reassembly, except I'm going to be setting it up with, instead of the carburetor and the final touches on the back there. Again, don't use an impact, you guys. I'm tired of it hurt. And at this point, it's either gonna stay straight and sealed or it's not. So we'll probably go ahead and leave most of the stuff off the saw, unfortunately. We'll see. Let's go ahead and just keep working and see how far we get. A little bit of press oil or 2-stroke oil or any kind of lubricant on these AV amounts will really help you reassemble. So we'll put some of that on and just kind of go ahead and work this, push our AV mount and get that lined up there. Okay. I'm real tired, you guys. I didn't sleep last night either because I'm just stressing about finding a lawyer for that hospital video that I showed you, where they violated my rights. Both the hospital and the cops did. Okay, just trying to work this AV mount in, get it past the groove, and usually once you get it past that first groove, it will pop right into place in the second one. But this reassembly is not going as smooth as the disassembly did, unfortunately. So, and then back here, we've got a lot of stuff to feed through, okay? We've got our tank vent line we want to feed through there. Okay, and then you've got your wires you want to feed through and hook their grommet up in the bottom there. Move my spark plug wire out of the way for now. I encourage you, go ahead and slide your grommet way up, okay, because it oftentimes is easier to just push it all the way through and then install it in its groove from this side. It really always depends on how easily it goes back into its home and how much it wants to fight or not. Given the way this assembly is going, it's probably going to fight me. I start getting discouraged when I work hard and things continuously go wrong, because I don't have time to keep reworking, and I really honestly am, you guys. I'm tired of, I've never had to rebuild so many saws multiple times in my life, and it becomes overwhelming. Just genuinely overwhelming. I could understand if I was being lazy and not doing my job right, but when I work hard to do my job right and things go wrong, it can discourage a guy, especially when he doesn't have lots and lots and lots of energy to just keep doing this stuff. And I have to do the work 4 and 5 times to earn my money. It's not easy to cope with sometimes. And yeah, see, the grommet is fighting me. It doesn't want to come through at all. Normally they're not this hard, but this one's being an a-hole. Add some press oil to it. This press oil is a completely evaporating oil. It just 100% disappears and evaporates as it dries. So it's kind of nice. the lubricants will stay on there. Penetrating oil is oftentimes good if you're not replacing rubbers. You can somewhat recondition them with penetrating oil, not catalyst, just penetrating lubricant. This one is being just a real jerk. Damn it. Stay standing up. And if I'm being honest, I'm starting to get frustrated, you guys. My pain oftentimes does cause frustration. I get overwhelmed because I just want to finish the job and relax because I hurt so bad. And when something like this takes this long, it's overwhelming because I'm doing my job right. And it's just silliness causing these issues for me. Just bad luck. Literal bad luck. And this one is just being a jerk. I hate when they do this. I just cannot get it. It just does not want to go. Damn it. Come on, baby. Come on, please. Come on. Almost there. Come on. Come on. Come on. I can't even reach over to pause, you guys. And I don't have a lot of time to edit footage right now. And the weather's bad, so the upload speeds are really slow. Damn, it just does not want to come through that last little bit. Come on, baby. Come on. It's not going, guys. It's not going, and if I let my finger off, the whole thing pops back out, and my hand hurts. Carpal tunnel and everything else. Okay, come on, baby, just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. There's that part. Go ahead and feed our wires through some more. Get your fuel line up in there. Oh shit, I did myself dirty. Wow, yep. I gotta undo that. That sucks. I'm gonna try and do this without having to take the grommet out, but I forgot a couple of things. And that's what happens when something goes wrong and I'm in a groove. It just kind of destroys the rhythm. Okay, so we didn't put our intake boot on. We need to remove it, harvest it from our other motor here. Just a flathead screw on this clamp. Okay. Okay, go ahead and loosen that. And then we can just go ahead and carefully pop that off. I cannot remember sometimes, not usually on the ones with a clamp, but on the ones that just have like a plastic shroud holding them on, I will do Permatex inside there, or a Yama Bond or something. Okay, so the important thing on this is we want to line it up right centered. It's got to be perfectly centered, or you're going to have a problem with having an air leak behind this boot at your carburetor there. So it's got a little notch on the bottom, and we just use that as our center point. I put the bottom one first with it nice and centered, and push it on there. Make sure it's on all the way, and then we can reach our screw from this side to tighten our clamp. Now this, you don't want to over tighten this. You want it snug, good and tight. Like I say, a light choke is not enough. You don't want to choke your wife enough to kill her, but choke her with a good, medium, solid, I love you, frustrating choke, ecstatic choke, not hateful choke, okay? So, good and snug, not good and tight. We don't want it good and loose. We want it good and snug, not good and tight, okay? Good and snug is good enough. We just want to create a seal, but we don't want to damage our boot by over tightening this. I have seen boots not be able to be reinstalled because somebody clamped it down way too tight, and it forced the rubber to thin out and get damaged, okay, causing air leak. And what do air leaks do to our chainsaws, my regular neighbors and customer neighbors? They come to seek, kill, and destroy the heart and temple of the chainsaw, which is your piston and cylinder. Don't let them do it, neighbors. Air leaks are not our friends. Okay, fortunately I didn't have to take that grommet out yet, but we still have to manage to get, oops, I dumped my screws, manage to get this shroud in. I really do not want to take our boot off. I really don't, or our grommet out. So hopefully we can get in here and get our shroud in without taking that grommet out. I don't know if we'll be able to, but we sure as hell are gonna try. That was just my chain brake engaging. That is my maximum I have there to move that. Okay, get our boot behind there. Not ideally how you do this, you guys. I kind of did you dirty on this reassembly. I got thrown off by my seals not going in right and then going crooked and everything else. Okay, there's that. And let's see if we can get that seated properly. Got lined up everywhere. Wires where they need to be. That lines up there. Okay, there we go there. Let's see here. That screw hole is lined up. This one is not. We are missing down here on the bottom. Getting it into its groove down here. Cannot quite see it. Okay, there we are there. I think we got it. Let's see. Not quite. We're still not quite there. But I don't see what we missed. Let's see here. There we are. That goes there. Okay. Is our other side still in and aligned? It is. Let's go ahead and put these screws on. We do want to Loctite stuff on this because it is a 64cc saw. And it doesn't have the newer AV setup like a 391 does. And so we don't want things to come loose on us. We don't want Derek's saw to fall apart while he's bucking wood as the ground guy for a awesome arborist. Okay, go ahead and get that one in. And remember, Guten tight. I need my red drill, not my impact for assembly. Okay, I'm gonna walk you here. Put that to the Guten tight setting. Boy, I am just so tired, you guys, at this point. I'm not even quite. I'm basically on autopilot. I hate when things go wrong like those crankshaft seals, because now I'm in fear that I'm gonna have to rebuild this saw yet again, and I have already done it twice. This is the third time, and I have that 029 Super over there that I had the bad Permatex on. I rebuilt that, and that saw just refuses to idle. I've tried all kinds of different carburetors and various things, and it's just not working with me. Okay, there's that. And then over here, we will go ahead and hook our wires back up to our cylinder here. And I do recollect on these highways, sometimes the terminal at the end of this doesn't always, you have to kind of tap it in there. And that way you don't break your screw trying to tighten it down. Okay, and I know we set that screw aside here. We definitely want to use a good healthy dose of Loctite on this one, so I'm going to go ahead and fill the threads and then put it on my screw as well. Okay, put that through both wires. Yeah, it makes me nervous how tight that is. Really nervous. These are prone to break on me. I hate it, especially when it's a new motor. That is very snug there, very, very snug. And this is already threaded, so I'm not tapping threads, so I get nervous. I don't like how tight this is going in at all. If this thing breaks, this will, I promise you, be the end of the video for tonight, and we'll just have to do a part 2. I want to ensure my bolt head is just completely clear here. And spray that out with some compressed air. Things are just being asshole-ish tonight. Everything is just starting to go wrong all of a sudden out of nowhere. Just this is what happens to me though all the time, you guys, honestly. I just try my best to cope with it, but it does get overwhelming and frustrating. And it does discourage a guy that's trying really hard to do right. This is not, I'm not happy with this bolt. It is incredibly too tight. Incredibly too tight. It feels like it's going to snap. And my wrench constantly slipping out does not help. Yeah, it did, you guys. It broke. It fucking broke. I told you, they always break. They always fucking break. These highways, they do not have the right, I don't know what they're doing wrong, but they do not have the right threads on them. They always break. I've tried different screws and bolts and everything else, and they always do this shit. Always do this shit to me. I hate it so much because I'm trying so hard, and when shit like this just consistently happens to me, it gets incredibly discouraging, and it makes me wonder why is a guy that's working so hard and trying so hard to do everything right, and I know it's gonna break every time. I know these do this to me all the time. Where is my punch? I know I got a new one, but I haven't had to use it yet, so I don't know where it is to get my thing started here. I don't see it, damn it. I don't see it. I have a brand new one because the other one broke. I don't see it. I don't see it. No, it's not here, so we're gonna just fight this. And I don't know why the camera's still on. Just so you guys can see my honest, genuine freaking battles, I guess. I'm encouraged, and then I stay encouraged, and I work hard, and I elected to accept that I needed to take a break, and now this is what's happening to me. And then I can't find I buy all the very expensive tools that I need to do to chip, and I can't ever find it, and my brand new tools break or they're defective, and just, you know, brand new top end. But highways do this non-stop on this bolt. I don't know why. I just have this bolt strip and break and snap all the time on me. All the time. I'd say 1 out of every 3 breaks on me. And here's the problem. I can't get a good start. I can't get this. There's no getting this out at this point because my tools won't work for me. I don't know what else to do, you guys. I'm discouraged, honestly. Just discouraged. I'm just gonna have to try it. I don't know what to do. I don't have my tool. I can't see it. I bought one. Of course. I mean, just my luck. See, you guys, this is why a lot of times I don't bring you footage. Because this is what happens to me, and then I just end up having to scrap this because it's a long ass video that I thought my disassembly went very smooth, and I set up everything, and I took my time to be meticulous to make sure I didn't bring you a chitty video, and I'll let you down, neighbors. Sorry. God damn it. Just won't even go, and this is the other issue. I'm trying to use my very expensive $60 bits to extract this the proper way with the very expensive tools that I bought, and it just never goes right, you guys. I just don't understand it. I don't understand why my luck is so horrible, why this happens to me every time I work. I'm just trying to get my neighbors their stuff back. I hate this shit, I really do. Damn it. Shit. I'm pretty much gonna give up, you guys. This video is too long. Sorry. So I've got my pilot hole drilled, but again, very expensive extractors. I cannot find high quality small extractors. If you guys have some that are high quality, I don't mean just send me any random link on Amazon. I have bought multiple various kits on Amazon only to have them fail. You know, you guys, I have lots of very expensive tools down here to deal with this stuff. I have, you know, this is like $60. This thing is a $40 kit. This other tap kit, this insert kit, damn it, this was $179, you know, and half the time I can't, more than half the time I can't, it just doesn't work the way it is expected to work. And so this is the smallest extractor I have, and I don't think it's going to work, but the way this works is we're going to go reverse, we're going to go left-handed in low speed, and we start with this side, and then this side is supposed to grab the screw and extract it out. But a lot of times these won't even drill the hole properly, but we'll try it. Yeah, we're gonna have to do another size up drill bit. So let's see, what do we start with? Let's go up to here, back to our right-handed. I really hope, I'm thinking, does that go into the cylinder wall? It does not. I hope not. Let me look. Let me see something here. Okay, no, you'd have to go pretty deep to hit your cylinder plating. Alright, so let's grab our extractor again and attempt it again. Again, low speed, left-handed. So flip our drill back down, left-handed. Let's see, we've probably already drilled this bolt too much to where it's not going to have nothing to grab, and so we'll just have to drill this and tap it out. And I'm sorry, re-tap threads. Whoops. Yeah, see, it just doesn't grab it. There's not enough. It really sucks, but this is the way it is. So I'm just going to continue to step this up with drill bits until we get to the size we need to use our tap kit, and we'll tap new threads. Okay, M4 by 0.07 by 0.7 millimeter. Every wrench I have to hold these things does not work, and so I don't like using the drill, but it is the option I have. I just have to go extremely slow and be extremely careful. Okay, so tighten that in there, and then we will keep it on one, and we're gonna go ahead and put some grease on here. If I can find my little grease gun here. My neck pain is flaring up immensely now. It is just the reality. I know there's only a couple of you still here anyway, so it is what it is. Okay, so we're gonna go incredibly slow. Yeah, I better blow the rest of those little shards out. Thought I got it all. This reassembly is taking probably 3 times longer than I had hoped for. Okay, we want to make sure we go in nice and straight. applying even pressure. You want to back it out about a turn every so often to let debris get removed. And I hate even doing this part, removing my tap all the way, but it's not in my drill tight enough. And so it's slipping in my drill. Hopefully that helps. Now we're going crooked a little bit, unfortunately. Yeah, it is the flaw of using a drill. I know we have not gotten our threads deep enough. This does get frustrating, you guys, but this is my life. This is the kind of stuff that regularly happens to me pretty much on a daily basis. And I just I have no option but what are you supposed to do? You just keep going. I get overwhelmed, I get pissed off, I get frustrated, I get mad, I get angry, I get sad. I get a lot of overwhelming emotions when this stuff happens, because it just doesn't seem like it's fair, you know, that a guy that is genuinely trying. I'm disabled and I'm trying to make ends meet while my uncle's in the hospital. It's even harder. See, this is supposed to hold this, but it doesn't. I mean, you pay $170 for a tap kit, and it doesn't perform its job. And then my arthritis, I can't even turn the damn things. My pain is just overwhelming now, you guys. Especially the neck. It's just, I didn't even pull cord, and that's the thing that hurts the most usually. Okay, there's that. It just never holds very good in this thing. I just don't like it. Ah, damn it. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you do. I just fail at everything. Just everything is impossible, it seems. It's just crazy. And then this thing will just end up twisting around in here and being crooked and everything else. Just the way it works. And yeah, that's the other issue. See, I can't reach, so I have no choice but to keep using the drill. I have no choice. My other wrench, this thing's supposed to hold them, but it doesn't. From the day one, it's been broken. And they wouldn't replace it because I didn't get there in the right time period, unfortunately. So just kind of get screwed over left and right non-stop. And this is where I start getting to the point to where I'm just ready to just freaking hammer this thing in at full speed. Now it's wobbling. Come on. Okay, I don't know that that's going to be enough, and I'm pretty certain this bolt is too long. I'll probably have to cut it down. I don't have the right one, but we'll give it a whirl and see what happens. If it bottoms out, we'll take it back out and cut it down. Okay, Derek, your saw's an asshole. but all saws are assholes to me anymore. This isn't even the right fucking bolt. Damn it. It's a damn hex head. Shit. Didn't even realize that. So, let's grab us, what is it, a 4? I'm guessing. This looks like a 5. Yep. Okay, I did anticipate it to get a little bit snug here, but I'm just concerned. I hate that this happens to me. I try real hard, you guys. And it's like, my handle, damn it, where's my handle to these? I don't see it. So, there it is. I might go get my better set next door. We'll see what happens here. I'm just letting the camera roll so you guys can see the struggle. But I will, for sake of time, be ending this video as soon as I'm done this bolt. And I am sorry that you didn't get the rest of the footage, but it's just way too long. And I just need to get the saw done because I'm hurting really bad and I want to go in and lay down again. And so it's probably going to actually end up sitting like this for the night. Need to clean that head out some more, I guess. Yeah, there we go. That should help. Not ideal. I don't like using hex heads on steels unless they're like an old 028 or something, 038s, etc. that had those types of screws. Yep, that is just I'm nervous. I feel like I'm now past my threads. It's not super tight, but the other one wasn't either. But I know these just they just break on me. I don't know why. I'm cursed when it comes to these coil bolts. I can't see if we're continuing to go down. It looks like we are. I'm just trying to go slow and feel it, to feel if it comes to a point that it feels like it's either bottomed out or gonna snap or something. We're pretty much there, but not all the way. Yeah, I am nervous. It's not quite down all the way. I don't know if we have any more available. Yeah, I'm gonna back it out, you guys, and cut the bolt a little bit shorter. For sake of time, I really am. I'm just gonna pause you. I want to see if we have a success on this. I'm gonna cut the bolt just a couple of millimeters short. Okay, so I just took me like 1.5 millimeters off my bolt, and I have Loctited the threads here, and I think we'll be okay now. Come on, baby. See, nice and snug now. Okay, there we are, neighbors. So, you guys see it and why I say it, right? That's gonna be it for this. Congratulations to any of the troopers that actually made it to the end of this video. If you made it to the end of this video, I want you to comment persevere to the end or finish the race, something like that. I persevered. Success with the nut, the bolt, something to let me know you made it through the entire 60 minutes that this video is, that will take the rest of the night to upload to the YouTube. So that's gonna be it. Until next time, I will try, you guys, I cannot promise, I will try to make a part 2 to the reassembly of this. I did not anticipate that it would be 3 hours into this and we're still not done. I know this saw well, and I can usually throw them together really well, but when you run into complications like that, that's what happens. A lot of people don't understand the time that can go into 2 strokes, and then they get mad because they have a $200 bill on their $800 saw. They don't like that there's $200 labor to completely rebuild their saw like this. Well, this is why. Okay, so I love all of you guys. Thank you for everybody that's part of the channel, for whatever reason you're here, and be kind to one another. Everyone's facing a battle. We just gotta keep trying, neighbors. I don't know what else we can do. Till next time.